What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the former glory build that we're going to be doing here. This one is going to be called Renewed Glory, and we're going to be using a new giant ass sword. Keep in mind, guys, the rules for the glory build are very easy. You can use any giant ass sword you want, and that's it. No shield, no crossbows, no arrows, no bullshit. Just you, your armor, your ring set, and of course, big ass goddamn sword. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and drop down our dragon eye and get summoned into our first match for today. Now guys, I will admit I have seen a couple other people kind of doing the glory style build. They usually die very fast in a match. Now, here we go. I was a little nervous coming into this match, mainly because I have no idea what the fuck the smelter sword can do. And second, this guy is in full fucking Havels. He even has Havel's shield. And he has a weapon that's a lot faster than mine. So, if this guy plays his cards right, he can fuck me up and avoid me at the same time. Luckily for us, it does not look like he knows his left from his right, and he's not doing too good against us. Now, with how much this little fucker is blocking, I cannot stop thinking about breaking his guard. Now, as much as I want to do that, this is also about the time I realized I could do that move, and we're going to be trying to use that move as much as possible. So, basically, now that his health is low, his guard is up, and that's the best time to go ahead and get a little guard break in right there. And we're gonna go ahead and kill this little fucker. You can hide in Havels, you can hide behind a shield, but you really can't hide from a giant ass sword. So there we go, we're gonna go ahead and show him the weapon that killed him, and we're gonna get the fuck out of there before he wakes back up or cries about it to Xbox, whatever the case might be. Strong Scout, here it is, our match against him. He is a Pyromancer build. He respectfully bows, so we'll go ahead and do the same thing. He's basically a build type that if he had been a little bit more aggressive with his Pyromancy, we really would have had some issues. As you can see, this is not the kind of fight we want to be in. We can't get anywhere near him when he's using his Pyromancies. Now, he's pulled out the same weapon as us, which is a good thing. We now know everything he's capable of doing. The downside to that is that he's probably been using this sword for more than 2 minutes. We have not, so we're at a very high disadvantage. But as you can see, we're still managing to pull it off. We have not really been hit yet. And he's coming back here. Looks like he's trying to heal. So what we want to do is bait him with attacks, so that instead of healing, he switches to an offensive attack. Now that he realizes that he has been tricked, he's going to back away to heal. We roll closer to him, so he'll attack. And we finish him off with a backstab before he can heal. It's funny to me that the people that bow are usually the ones that fucking heal. It really didn't used to be that way. So here we are, we're in our own world, we're the host right now, as you can see. And this guy managed to invade us while we were waiting to get summoned. I usually don't include these matches, but I said fuck it, why not? As much as I fuck with people as a red invader, I wanted to show you guys that it's actually pretty easy to fight red invaders. They have no real distinct advantage. In fact, they have an amazing disadvantage. They come into your world not knowing if you have summons or not, and they can heal. Or you can heal on them, so to speak. As you can see, he's using the backstep method to avoid damage, which is really good. He's also trying to get the backstab off on me, which we don't appreciate. We're using a really big, slow weapon. We're going to end up leaving ourselves open, and we're going to go ahead and catch a backstab here a little bit later. There's no real way to avoid it. If somebody's fishing for a backstab that hard, chances are at one point or another you're gonna get hit by it. But anyway, we fucked up that backstab that could have ended the match. He's just gonna stay aggressive, which is good for him. He's also fast enough to avoid a majority of my attacks, which sucks for us. And this is where he makes his mistake. He switches to one hand. One-handed halberd attacks are a lot easier to dodge, and they are a lot slower. So once he gave up his speed advantage, we took advantage of it, and we fucked him up and finished the match. It's a pretty good fight, all in all. I think it was one of the better ones that I've done while being the host and getting invaded. Here we go. This is a build that could have been a real nightmare for us had this guy been a little bit more aggressive. As you can see, he is shooting me with arrows. We dodged 2 out of 3, not bad. If he had stuck with his arrows or been a more dedicated archer, we really would have came into a lot of problems. As you can see, I don't have a shield or an effective method to block him from doing that shit to me. So he's still fishing for backstabs, and he is actually going to get a backstab off on us. Even though we weren't really turned the right way for it, it still connects. He buffs. I'm pretty sure he thought he had all day to buff, or that I was going to run away when I got up. But instead, we're going to get him with a backstab. Now we're going to run and pretend like we're going to do our strong attack, but instead we're going to stop and swing. That attack will hit like 90% of the time if you do that to someone. Mainly because they think that they have time to hit you and stun you. But in reality, you are actually just stopping, pivoting, and swinging. And most of the time you're going to hit your opponent. And hopefully it'll stun them, and you'll have a really good opportunity to fuck them up. Now we went from one buffer who was using crystal magic weapon to another buffer that's using sunlight blade. We're not worried about it. So this guy does a really minute amount of damage to us, to an extent where I'm no longer afraid of fighting him at all. So what we want to do is trick him into coming close to us so that we can get the strong attack off. And the method behind that, as you guys just saw, is really simple. You get them to create distance between you, and when they roll to you, you know that they're going to do a roll attack. So you trigger your strong attack. By the time they get up and try to attack, you are basically going to be doing a trade-off. Their rolling attack versus your strong attack. And as you saw earlier, it was a really good trade-off. Now here we go again. This is going to be me showing you just kind of how to deal with a backstab fisher. As you can see, he's wearing the same armor as us. We did nice little bows. He has no offense. He's not attacking me at all. All he's doing is circling me and trying to backstab me. So he gets a really laggy backstab off, which is to be expected, seeing how it's all he wants. So what we want to do is kind of pin him, corral him towards the edge. He can't roll because there's nowhere to roll to. And since he has to roll at me, we can go ahead and finish him off. So once you take away their ability to circle you, they really don't have an effective means for backstabbing you. And basically, it kind of eliminates their only method of attack. Now, here we go with our first honorable mention, and that's going to be Mystic Beans. Now, Mystic Beans is using a axe-based weapon. I believe it is the same one that our good friend Creighton uses. I could be mistaken. I'm really unfamiliar with the axe class weapons, mainly because they require odd skill style to use them. Now, as you can see, he got a backstab off on us really early on in this match. And it was not him fishing. He had a confidence in his skill style to where he knew he could roll into my jump attack and circle me for a backstab. So that being said, we need to pretty much kick up our game here. We're unfamiliar with our weapon, so we have a really big disadvantage. And so what we wanted to do was kind of draw him in for a backstab so we could hit him, just like we did just there. And the bridge really robbed us of a good solid attack right there. But there he is, he's getting a good combo off. Now, I would almost say that he made the mistake of hitting me too many times. Because as you can see, I now know exactly how much damage it takes from me when he hits me. So now that he's low on health, I know I can trade with him. So I just have to wait for him to drop his shield, and we finish him off. Admittedly, he took a little bit more than I thought he would, but that was definitely a really great match. And of course, honorable mention to Mystic Beans. You did a goddamn great job, and you used a weapon that I'm not familiar with, so you definitely had a really good chance about kicking my ass. So here we go, we're fighting this idiot. Basically, he's using a style of fighting which is really disgraceful. He hides himself in the level, or he just turns himself into a pot so you can't see what he's doing. And what he wants to do is trick you into letting your guard down, and he will either hit you with a really strong attack, or he will hit you with a very strong spell. That being said, you can see him desperately trying to use his magic, and all we really have to do is wait for him to slip up, and we can finish him off. He thought we were going to attack, but instead we rolled, and we finished him off. He didn't do any damage to us. It's funny how people that use cheap tactics are very rarely good in a real fight. Keep that in mind for anybody out there that likes to use cheap tactics. Here we go with Robot Unicorn 77, and he's going to be our second honorable mention of this video. He's also a very confident fighter. He's not using a shield, and he's also using a scythe-based weapon. It might be Nalamer's scythe, the Brotherhood of Blood Covenant, the owner of that covenant, the little midget guy. So we don't understand fully the moveset of the scythe, and of course, as I've said earlier, we don't understand the smelter sword very well either. So we don't know what our opponent can do, and we aren't 100% sure which moves are best to counter him with. So we're just going to use the rolling technique, which I've described earlier in other videos, which is where you roll enough to make your opponent roll, and then you just hit him. There we go again, doing our trade-off. We knew he wanted to do an attack. Now, the only way I was able to beat this individual is with that trade-off. If I hadn't got that trade-off, this man would have probably kicked my ass. As you can see, he's really confident. He's using multiple attacks. He's using attack patterns, and he's now wielding it with two hands, which means we, again, are at a disadvantage of not knowing what he can and can't do. But I know he likes to combo, so when he swings once, I know I can do my jump attack. We managed to avoid his second attack and land that jump attack, and that's how we win that match. Robot Unicorn 77, you get our second honorable mention of this video. Did a really amazing job using a weapon I'm really unfamiliar with. Now, not to end the video on a sour note, but this is a very typical build in Dark Souls. He's using a twin blade styled scythe or spear style weapon that has the twin blade pattern moves. So basically, he's gonna be pretty much trying to spam his attacks. So I decided very early in this match that I was gonna show you guys how to parry someone using the greatsword. That being said, I know a lot of people out there think that it's really just about luck, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're fighting someone that kind of uses an aggressive play style, it's not about luck, it's about timing. So we know he wants to attack, so we go ahead and parry. He gets his first attack in, but the weapon hits so many times that I'm able to land it again. Now I know he wants to run in for another attack, so we go ahead and parry again. And that's 2 greatsword parries in a row. So for anybody that thinks that might have been luck, I just want to prove you a little bit wrong right there. It looked like he was going to heal, so I killed him. I did not know that he was going to drop a little carving that says very good, but thanks for the compliment, I guess. So guys, this has been my renewed glory video. I'm hoping to continue the series and show you guys that you don't need a shield to win a fight. Thanks for watching. Look forward to giving you guys more content in the future.